All right, welcome everyone to the 60th annual Everwise Bi-County Tournament as Triton and Argos get ready to square off here in this semifinal. I'm Andy O'Hara. Alongside me here tonight, we'll have Quentin Amson. Caden's running our sideline for us this evening. Kenny Barnhart, and as always, the Hall of Famer O'Ryan Lum. They're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSAA Champions Network. Triton comes in on quite a long, extended winning streak for them. Up to 8 games for those guys after their loss against Northwood. Argos coming in winners of 3 out of their last 5, a win against John Glenn the other night and Oregon Davis on their 2-game winning streak. You look at these two teams, of course, there's a little bit of things that some familiarities, not so much because they're neighbors, but Nick Kindig, now the head coach of the Argos Dragons, will start his first time in his coaching tenure against his former mentor, Jason Groves, and Chad Patrick.
Kind of cool that they're meeting before the actual meeting in season.
And that'll be at their place. But so, Q, we go back in here, and I talked, like I had Abby on last night. You had the Bi-County tournament, how everything kind of works, the feeling of it. It has that sectional-like feel to it.
Oh, it does, especially growing up and being able to come and watch this growing up. And the biggest thing for me, obviously hoisting that trophy at the end of it, but that final game is aired on TV. You're on the news, and there's a pretty big section. So just making it the championship is something that you want to do just because as a high schooler, it'd be cool to go on TV.
Well, yeah.
So. Yeah, we got this. They're up here how tonight is. So for this first game, Triton and Argos playing, and then after this will be the Bremen-LaVille matchup here later tonight.
That ought to be a pretty good game because those two met, and it was just a 1 point or just a couple points. That was a tight game at the end of that one. So, I mean, there could be some interesting things for them there tonight. Of course, Triton and Argos squaring off, as we noted earlier, we're talking up here, they've only met 3 times before this in the Bi-County. Triton has won all 3 of those matchups, but it's not something you don't usually see Argos. A lot of times, like we said, we see LaVille a lot, or or like we see Bremen. When I first started 7 years ago, it was Bremen. So,
but for the life of this tournament, just only have these 3 times there.
And, for Triton, the biggest thing for them to shut down tonight is going to be Luke Stoltz there in the middle. The big guy, I mean, they do a nice job circling in, try to get him in the middle and get him looks. He gets the free throw line, does some nice things. And, for LaVille, Triton's going to throw a platoon at you. So you got to be ready for that one when that moment comes. So we're going to get started here. We have the national anthem followed by the starting lineups. And after that, we'll be back on the Triton Trojan Sports Network.
Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome to LaVille High School, the Daily Cox Gymnasium, for tonight's semifinal round of the 60th annual Everwise Bi-County Basketball Tournament. Now let's meet the style line for tonight's first ball game, beginning with the guest team, the Triton Trojans. Starting one guard, 5'10" junior, number 4, Landon Patrick. Starting second guard, 5'9" junior, number 10, Julian Swanson. Starting third guard, 6' junior, number 20, Gage Riffle. Starting one forward, a 6' senior, number 5, Dante Workman. Starting the other forward, a 6' senior, number 33, Tanner Whitfield. Triton Trojans are coached by Jason Groves. Now speak the home team for tonight's ball game, the Argos Dragons. Starting one guard, 5'6" number 3, Kenyon Belden. 31 forward, 6'5" senior, number 23, Luke Stoltz. 32nd forward, 6'1" sophomore, number 35, Zane Helms. 33rd forward, 6'3" junior, number 41, Matt Calhoun. Our second coach, by Nick Kindig.
All right, starting lineups out there for both sides as they get ready to square off. You know, watching these Argos guards, we haven't seen them since last year in sectionals when we were calling those games. Those guards very quick and twitchy. See how they progressed from last year. And, of course, Luke Stoltz, the big man in the middle, the senior, out there with his young group of Dragons.
Yep, I anticipate a very fast-paced game. Both teams just wanting to get out in that fast break and slow it down only when they have to, but really they just want to run and gun.
You know, you're playing a neighboring school, a bunch of guys you're very familiar with.
Yep.
And we're underway here from Dale E. Cox Gymnasium as Belden starts with the basketball. He'll work into the middle, and Landon Patrick picks his pocket, goes the other way, stealing the basket for Landon Patrick.
Trojans won that fast start, and Landon's already got 2 steals and 2 buckets.
Locked down Landon Patrick to get started, and Nick Kindig going to call a timeout right out of the gate.
Something that he learned from Coach Gross, stop that bleeding really fast,
you know,
organize the guys.
And you got to love Landon Patrick's game. It's good to see him back and feeling better. I mean, those steals, Kenny, and we call him lockdown Landon for a reason. He can get out, take it away, and
yeah, he's always had that long length there at the top there at the key, just reaching and getting in, disrupting that passing lane and grabbing those balls and taking off.
I'm sure he's got a high basketball IQ. It may or may not be in the pedigree in his household.
Just a little bit of studying of the game going on under the roof.
Just a little bit. So Helms is going to inbound, trying to continue to pressure the Dragons here in this opening 20. Well, it's only been 20 seconds. Helms going to work over here to Belden. And they
Great
break
job
the press.
breaking the press.
Austin, now here comes the double team. Riffle trying to rip it away. Austin splits the 2 defenders, lost the basketball. Stoltz goes for broke, and he did hustle play by Stoltz. Helms goes up, adjusts. Bank is open.
Great adjustment right there. Great job just, maintaining that pressure. Got scary in the first, but then once they got that ball back, they did a great job of staying calm and getting the easy shot.
Riffle, corner 3 on the way. The mailman delivers. Dante Workman co-signs that deposit to the scoreboard.
We saw him hit a couple big ones against LaVille in the same exact building. Not too long ago. Austin, he'll try a 3 to answer back. Can't do so. Dante Workman reaches top shelf and gets the rebound. Swanson's going to push it up the floor. He'll cross the timeline. Works it left, Landon Patrick. Thought about it. Brings it down. Workman calling for it in the high post. Triton's going to settle it down and run their offense against his own Julian Swanson. In and out. Tanner Whithoyle collects the rebound and puts it in. Helms now goes to Belden here on the near side. Back to Helms. Patrick again with another steal. His 3rd steal here in this first quarter. Kicks it out to Swanson. Now he'll drive. And a foul call on the Dragons on the way through.
So Austin's going to pick up the first foul of the game.
Patrick triggers the inbound. Goes to Workman underneath. And another foul on the Dragons. So Helms is going to pick up his first foul. Team second. Patrick now to trigger the inbound. Goes to Riffle again. He steps back for 3. On the way. Short of the mark. Hits the front iron. Denied by the rim. Julian Swanson cleans up the loose ball and puts it in.
Small guy doing the big guy work.
Helms now leads up the floor to Calhoun. Back to Helms. On over to Belden. It's Austin firing his way through Calhoun now. Tries to sit on that zone defense. Are we running?
No, it's man, but
it looks
very, very, very help side.
Stoltz off the mark. Triton goes back the other way. Dante Workman. He'll dial a 3. That deposit on the scoreboard. Co-signed by Gage Riffle.
Another timeout.
And that Triton offense, when you get that defense working, Kenny, we just see these guys just relax. The ball movement's crisp, and once you kind of feel that comfort level with them, it's automatic.
Yeah, they start getting that flow and getting where everybody's at, and it's just when they get to play, and I would call it fun. When they play, everything clicks. Everybody knows where it's at. They can, and just one feeding off another. Just they're 4 for 4 2-pointers. Got half of their 3-pointers to go. So already.
Of course, want to thank the LaVille Athletic Department and setting us up at the table here these last couple days. And of course, tomorrow we'll be here tomorrow morning, bright and early, right, boss?
What time is it?
I don't know. I live a day at a time during Bi-County week. That's just my philosophy.
Hey, that's a great go-to.
Live day to day. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow morning in the Constellation Gym as Triton will play Glenn in the JV semifinal.
Argos doing a great job of breaking the press. It's just kind of crumbles when they get to the offensive end. Just keep moving the ball around, set some screens, cut.
And that's a testament how tough this Triton defense is. I mean, they swarm. They're really good. Their active hands are so fast, but they read it so well, and that comes from being such a young group playing varsity minutes early in their career.
Yeah, and that's with the Dragons. I mean, they have 3 total seniors, and one of them's a starter. So, they got a lot of inexperience. Where the Trojans, they beat them in that category. So, just got to slow down and run the offense.
Helms now with the basketball, guarded by Riffle. So try to stop him in front of the scorer's table. Calhoun.
There you go.
Free look. Too high of a pass off the backboard for Stultz. Had the right idea. Swanson back the other way. Lost his dribble. Regains control. Dante Workman skips it. Riffle. Mailman again. Can't get down to drop in. Belden trying to get the rebound, but Tanner Wood-Hoyle collects it and fires it to Swanson. Knocked away from Stultz. Back go the Dragons. Good play there by Luke Stultz. Has
Good
Austin.
Heads up play.
Banks open. Stultz co-signed. That deposited the scoreboard. Riffle now looking. Finds Patrick top of the key. Works to the left. Inside out now. Tanner Wood-Hoyle battling underneath. Kicks it out. Landed Patrick. One more pass.
Offense.
3-pointer on the way. Can't connect. Tipped around. It's a fight. And Dante Workman knocks it out of bounds. The Dragons take back over. Preston Mollett will check in. Helms triggers it. And trying just pressuring that defense. And like I said, once they get comfortable, look out. Helms now trying to work. And after Argos, just try to work that offense. Be patient. Ignore that scoreboard. Just one bite at a time. Mollett now will go on top to Luke Stultz. And Stultz going to take you off the dribble, too.
Yes, he can. We've seen him stretch out that offense and do some great things for the Dragons.
Now Triton's going to have to,
pretty
upside's going to be there, and there it is. Magic Swanson tries to rip it away. Luke Stultz can't get it. Gets his own rebound. Big man, go back up. No foul call, goes up again, and this time he'll draw the foul.
So Workman's going to pick up the Trojans' first foul of the game.
So Stultz, 63% free throw shooter coming into today's game. So only missed one game during their stretch, according to Max Preps. Brady Wood and Caden Large now checking the game on behalf of Wood-Hoyle and Landon Patrick. As a quick conference with Coach Groves there before he sits down. Stultz connects again. Perfect on that trip. I think we're going to have a Dragons player get some attention. Might have a bloody lip or nose. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
It's a little bright red on the thumb down there. So
don't get it on the jersey.
Yep.
So Obadiah Salary will now check in.
They're going to give him that tissue to stick in his nose.
It's the best way.
Yeah.
Works.
Oh, great play.
Workman, fadeaway jumper in the lane. Hits the back iron. Tipped. Mollett comes away with the rebound.
If you're the Dragons, you gotta capitalize on Trojans' misses. They're not going to pick up full court, so just take your time, bringing that ball up, and set up your offense. Swing the ball around.
Good defense by Riffle, knocked it away. Salary to trigger the inbound. Goes to Stultz. Big man trying to find some space. Austin with the up fake. Hands it back to Salary. Now works it on over to Mollett. the team's best one, a very good three-point shooter, off the mark there. Swanson back the other way. Workman trying to lead it to Caden Large underneath. He'll put on the brakes.
Yep, just a little too far under there.
All
Workman.
good cut by Workman.
Oh, just couldn't quite corral it. Luke Stoltz back the other way in transition, up high to Austin. Keeps it alive, finds Salary. Now he'll try the dribble drive, and he'll draw the foul, but it's going to be on the floor. The official was waving off before the shot.
They kind of collided out here. Brady Wood kind of collided before he caught the ball. So he's going to pick up his first, team's second.
Holmes down the corner. Austin now goes to Salary. Olet gets it. Oh, Dante Workman swarming the basketball, trying to get a hold of it, and he'll rip it away for the steal. Swanson up to Workman. He'll attack, and he'll draw the foul. And one opportunity coming on an athletic dynamite play from Dante Workman.
Trojans are just clicking right now on both ends. Kind of hard to stop if you're the Dragons. Just gotta find your way through it.
So Belden's back in, and Calhoun. Landon Patrick checks in on behalf of Swanson, and Tanner Wood-Hoyle is going to check in on behalf of Gage Riffle. Workman again gets 3 points the old-fashioned way. That M1 opportunity. That was Triton's first trip to the free throw line here in this first half. 2:25 to go in the first.
They look like brothers guarding each other, don't they? Just a little bit? Just a little?
Just a little bit. Luke Stoltz, big man, goes up, draws the foul. And Triton's got to be careful because Luke Stoltz does such a nice job using that physicality underneath and trying to get in there and draw you in to get himself to the free throw line.
And you got to be smart because he's one of those players that he can step out behind the arc and he can hit those.
He's got good footwork, moves extremely well.
His footwork is extremely impressive. When he gets the ball, watch him. He doesn't drop the ball. He keeps it up high at his chest, and he's always surveying, seeing if there's somebody open, and then he'll attack.
So Whit-Hoyle picked up his first foul. So
Joel Trump will check in for the Dragons. Triton with a 9-point lead. Going back to work.
Dragons setting up a different offense. Or defense, I mean.
Riffle again, can't connect from the corner. Belden with the rebound. Belden working right, uses the screen. Belden a very nice ball handler. Helms lost it there. Brady Wood now attacks the other way. Twine on the first. So Austin will check in for Trump. Swanson settles in for his second attempt. Again, drops it in the bucket.
I'm missing somebody's foul on Argos.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have two. So I'm missing two fouls.
So
You're
we'll just
missing
watch
one. So
Yep.
Have to watch.
we'll see what they say.
Austin leads it, knocked away from Patrick again. Riffle kicks on the Jets with the right hand. Nice adjustment, and the mailman delivers in the full court.
Got to be careful that.
Oh.
It was close on that line.
Holmes trying to find some space.
Corner. Coach Groves one of the 5-second.
Yep.
Yeah, Patrick. Yep.
Patrick trying to reach and just momentum got into it.
And that's something that the Trojans, they're really good at doing is they speed them up once they get that trap. Everybody else does a really good job of denying the lane.
So now that'll put the Dragons in the bonus for the next 43 seconds. So Austin will settle in here. Off the mark on the first. And that there was the first missed free throw for either side here in this first quarter. Well, Junior's talking over there.
He's got a lot. I told you, he had a lot to say.
He has a lot to
In
say.
the car. He was yelling at his mom and dad.
Austin corrects. Gets out in a drop in. Now he'll come off the floor. So Mollett will check in. Patrick takes his time. Jason Groves going to let the clock just tick away here to hold for the final shot. And Nick Kindig says, no. I think he's going to send him up to pressure.
Get that 5-second count. Going into a man.
Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, second quarter about to get underway here for the Everwise Bi-County tournament. And the semifinal as Triton got out in front there, Kenny, and they did what they do best. They sped up. They let the defense kind of feed the offensive side and let their ball movement kind of take it from there.
Yeah, they didn't waste any time, just got going, get that lead. Then now sit here and just kind of figure out what works and just kind of play different things. So try to stay just a little bit ahead of Argos on the ball movement and getting that into the basket.
And, of course, Luke Stoltz. Big first quarter for him. And once he got figured out, that was allowed 4 points for him. See what they draw up here. They did a nice job kind of adjusting if that pressure got turned up there a little while ago. Belden, but Swanson intercepts it. Triton's got numbers the other way. Landon Patrick feeds it. One more pass. Swanson and a defensive foul call on the Dragons.
Might be on Bolden.
That might be on Belden, I think. Yes.
Yep, so his team's first this quarter.
So Swanson's first one connects. Tickles the twine on the first. I can't believe more people have never heard that term.
What?
Tickles the twine.
Tickles the twine?
That's old school.
I've never heard of it.
You never seriously?
You. Yeah.
NBA on NBC, man. They used to use that all the time.
Charity stripe.
Charity stripe.
Charity stripe, I've heard.
Actually, I think it might have been on NBA Live if I'm more correct. I remember it was on there too. Up high to Stoltz.
Good hands.
Whit Hoyle. Now's the right idea. Get inside that play there, and Swanson knocks it away, and back go the Trojans.
Dragons are looking to get Stoltz going, not just at the
Look at Dante Workman.
Not just at the charity stripe, but working around as well. Oh, good find. That's what he does so well. Great pass again. Just cannot get that lid off.
Stoltz intercepts it. Also deceptive on the defensive side. He's going to try to settle in. Austin now on the left wing. Up on top to Calhoun. Now goes to Stoltz. He'll try the dribble drive in the middle, and Triton puts up a wall. And Stoltz finds a way over top of it, and he'll get the basket. You know, that's one thing Triton, he's going to do. I mean, he is very good about spinning and getting his way into the middle, and right there, putting the wall up. It was good defense, but even better offense there by Stoltz. Riffle straightaway three. Hits the front iron shy of the mark. With Hoyle tips it. Stoltz comes away with it. Belden now at the basketball. Works it left to Calhoun. Down to Stoltz. Takes a quick look. Knocked away from Patrick. Trying to swarm the ball underneath the Helms, and Riffle will leapfrogs his way over top of him.
Yep.
Does Gage do hurdles? Because right there, I'm pretty sure. I believe there's a track coach that's the track coach is here. I mean, he hurdled him. Wow.
Have a little bit higher, you probably cleared it and wouldn't have been a foul.
Yeah. That doesn't happen very often, but hey. So Jaden Overmeyer checks in on behalf of Riffle. Mollett with the shot. Can't get it to drop in. Patrick with the rebound.
Just going to slow it up.
Now Argos going to settle into that zone defense.
You know when you hear Coach Groves yelling the zone really, really loud, he wants you to actually swing the ball and move it around.
Yeah, because Argos is bringing all that out to that three-point line and not letting them get any spot to get open.
Yeah,
so.
we started pretty hot, and then since then we kind of cooled off. So
Got to ignite something here.
just gotta work it down low, and then find your shooters on the outside. Right there. There you go. Keep working into the high post. Great hands, though, by Stoltz.
Belden back the other way. No look pass to Austin. Now to Stoltz. And he'll go up, draws the foul. And he'll go to the line for 2.
Even though you're up 11, you still got to execute, and that's something that Coach Groves, I think, is going to be talking to the boys about come halftime.
You know, and I know if you look at the win-loss totals, you kind of look at, this shouldn't be right now with being Triton letting them be in this first half. But I'm telling you what, Argos they are getting better, and right now getting better about by county time. I'm telling you what, that last little push there before sectional play.
Yep, and that's what
this could be a very dangerous team.
And this is something that By County is so cool, is that you get to play some of these guys before you actually get to play them in the season. So you really get to get a feel for them, and then by the time you actually get to meet,
these two could potentially meet 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And this is almost kind of like your mini sectional, kind of that for the week.
This is bragging rights.
And of course, next time the two meet, it'll be for a conference game.
Yes.
First time ever, I believe.
Really got to look high post. There you go.
Oh, good feed
steal
down.
by Whithoyo.
And a nice pass leading to that one. Austin now working against pressure. Couldn't quite catch the screen. Leaves it for Stoltz. And now he'll settle in and let the offense take shape. Pull-up jumper from the elbow. And I'm telling you, this guy plays so well. He can shoot. He can move. Luke Stoltz can do it all. Swanson in the corner for 3 on the way. Man, gets it to drop in. Julian Swanson.
Every part of the rim and the backboard.
Just making sure all sides got some contact.
He was making sure that lid was completely off.
The biggest thing is, we saw it there, but Triton's still only shooting 3 of 10 behind the arc.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know. It felt like, felt like they was shooting a lot more threes.
Like that quick math. 30%.
Well, he has it in front of him, too.
I don't. It was all mental math. That was hard.
Swanson takes it away. Transition 3 on the way. Can't drop it in. Whithoyo with the rebound. Goes back up again and collects it and deposits it back to the scoreboard.
Workman got his hand on it. Dragons look a lot more comfortable bringing that ball up in that full court pressure. They are not worried about it anymore. That's something that if you're the judges, you got to be careful.
So Jaden Overmeyer is going to pick up his first, team's 3rd for this second quarter.
All right. So Austin now triggers it. Goes to Helms. Gets it back. They'll set the offense. Trump now with the basketball. Gets it back. Goes to Millette. Stoltz, straightaway 3 on the way. Can't connect. Caden Large gets the rebound. Swanson goes to Overmeyer.
There you go.
Leads it to Whithoyo.
Dive.
Trump respecting that 3-point ability by Riffle. Now Swanson scans. Works it right. Quick pass into Whithoyo, spinning to the baseline. Fakes it outside. 3-point away for Swanson. Can't drop it in. Stoltz corrals the defensive board. Look at that. Cade got out in front of the camera.
I missed it.
Got his hand out in front.
He got his hand out in front. Quick hands. Trying with 14 total combined points here in this quarter. Overmeyer goes up off the window. Banks open for Jaden Overmeyer. Holmes will drive, puts on the brakes in the short corner, goes out to Millette. Austin. Dribble kick out to Millette. Three-pointer on the way. Back iron off the mark. Triton with the rebound. Inside, 2 minutes to go here before halftime. Trojans lead 31-15. Now to Swanson. King right goes left to Woodhoyo. He's one that'll dial a three. Swanson works left.
Oh.
Beware of flying objects. Where's that PA announcement? Beware of flying objects. You hear it at baseball games all the time. You could be in the action.
I like it when they hit a foul ball and then they do the windshield tracking. They do that at the South Bend Cubs games all the time. It was always funny.
Caden Large goes up, gets it knocked away, and a foul call.
Yep, so Belden does pick up his second foul.
Large settles in. First attempt on the way. Rattles home. Workman and Patrick back in the ball game. Oh, Workman is first. He's going to check in for Jaden Overmeyer. Landon will check in for Caden Large. Matt Calhoun back out on the floor for the Dragons. So is Belden. Large connects. Perfect trip for him. And the senior will take a seat. Stoltz now up the floor.
Great patience by Stoltz. He was waiting for that double team.
And right now, you got to give Stoltz a lot of props. I mean, he slows his offense down and makes them say, he takes over and says, hey, we need to slow it down.
That's what you love to see out of the senior. I mean, you're working with sophomores and juniors, and he's just making sure that all these guys slow down, breathe, and then run the offense.
Holmes lost the ball, regains control, goes to Calhoun. Workman. Well,
phone in
he
his
caught
hand.
it.
I'm taking the phone away during the second half. Stoltz now knocks it away.
Swanson.
So Stoltz is going to pick up his second. His team's third for this second quarter. Just under a minute to go.
Workman out settling in. Nick says, nope, get up there and start the count.
Switched it into a man.
Patrick now settles in. Triton gets the countdown with Belden. Swanson rolls, stops, retreats back, goes to Patrick. Argos really trying to pressure that ball, keep that count down, and try to throw Triton away where they can't relax into a set.
Now it's getting about time to go time.
And there they go. Patrick now. Patrick on the way through. Pull-up jumper on the way. Can't connect. Workman tips it. Calhoun's got it, and that's going to do it. For the first half, the Trojans will take a 33-15 lead into the halftime locker room. Of course, Kenny will get the stats pushed over here just momentarily. There you go. What happened here?
Oh, he got me before I got there. Do this before we get there because we're not ready for it yet. All right, I think it finally went there. So free throws there. Triton 6 of 7, Argos 7 of 8. Behind the arc there, Argos just not behind. Good luck there. 0 of 6. Triton 3 of 12. Then 4 of 10 and 9 of 13 on those 2-pointers and turnovers there. 4 and 12 for scoring. Stoltz leading Argos with 10, Austin with 3, and Holmes with 2. We got about three guys there with 2 fouls, Stoltz, Austin, and Belden. And then Trump has the other foul rounding out for the Dragons. For the Trojans, Swanson with 8, Workman with 6, Hoya with 6, Riffle with 5, Patrick with 4, Overmeyer and Large each with 2. You got all those guys up top, just 1 foul apiece. And then Brady Wood got those 2 fouls fairly close and then sat out the rest of the time there.
So I'll do it for halftime. We'll be back for the second half here in just a bit.
Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some see a student athlete working on his shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, second half about to get underway. I'm Andy O'Hara. With me here tonight, Quentin Namson, Kenny Barnhart, Caden, and the Hall of Famer Orion Lim. They're here for the Triton Trojan Sports Network, broadcasting live on YouTube and the IHSA Champions Network here at Dale E. Cox Gymnasium, site of the 60th annual Everwise Bi-County Tournament. For this semifinal game here tonight, winner will play tomorrow night in the championship game. After the girls' championship game, the winner will play. Of course, they'll play the winner of whoever wins this game will play the winner of Bremen and LaVille in that other bracket. So Dante Workman's going to set the offense.
Look at that slip.
Outside, Riffle tries a three out of the break. Connects.
It's a big shot for him. See him start to get it rolling again.
Belden turns
over.
over. Just a miscommunication. Helms kind of was expecting him to stop before kind of letting it go. Just need to get on the same page. Two sophomores quickly exchange pleasantries. Now goes to Workman. Back to Patrick. Tries to lose that ball action on the outside. Try to see if they can get taken away, trying to go in that middle there and see if they can pull that zone away.
Yeah, they're trying to stretch out the offense, make it easier for those guys on the inside.
Patrick now.
Well, actually, they might have been setting up for a play. Nope.
Riffle again, dials a three. Can't get down off the front iron. Belden with the rebound. Helms on the left side. Goes to Belden. Looking for their true first offensive possession here in the third quarter.
Oh,
down
great
to Stoltz.
seal right there.
Could get it. Put back's good.
Padding the stat sheet. Great seal. Great entry pass. That right there is beautiful offense right there by the Dragons.
Swanson tries from this side. Can't get it. Rebound, Dante Workman goes up with it. Can't get it. Knocked it away, and it goes off the hand of Calhoun. As the LaVille cameraman gets a hold of that one. Making those guys work down there, Orion. Do you see that?
Yeah.
See, he caught it. We got to start doing catch drills with the camera. Riffle directs traffic. Goes to Patrick. And now Argos going to switch to a man-to-man defense. Stoltz, he's going to play man, but he's not quite leaving that paint area. Swanson, magic from straight away.
See, that makes him leading the Trojans with 11. Stoltz, 12 for the Argos.
Before the Trojans hit those two big threes, it was only 18 points. And, you know, Trojans only had 4 turnovers, and we thought they had, at least maybe, 2 more. But with Argos only having 12 turnovers, they've actually done a really good job of keeping this game moderately close.
The Triton, if you go off of the halftime stats, averaging a point per possession.
Yep.
Calhoun underneath, can't get it to drop in when Hoyo collects the rebound.
Trojans can be extremely dangerous. You got all those three-point shooters you got to match up. Baseline. Yep. Coach Gross said the same thing.
Out to Workman. He'll try a three. He cashes that one from beyond the arc.
Yep, get her in there. It gets him up to 9.
I got to get my puns in.
Best week to do it.
Yep. I got a really good one here if it works.
Oh, great back door.
Helms gets that one in off the deposit. Co-signed by Stoltz.
There he is again. Stoltz just making the right play.
Swanson can't drop it in. Rebound Helms. And I like Argos' approach. I mean, they're continuing to stay steady and let that offense kind of develop.
Oh,
good
great
move by Austin. But can't get it to connect. Stoltz cleans it up. Can't get it to his to connect, and Patrick comes away with the rebound. They're pretty even on the rebound totals, too. Only 17-16 in favor of the Dragons. Good extra pass, reverse lay-in, but a foul call.
That's going to be on Stoltz, and that's going to be his third.
So a big foul for the Dragons.
See if Coach Kindig leaves him in or he'll pull him out and give him some time on the bench.
But Hoyle off the mark on the first. So Millette will check in for Calhoun. Brady Wood back in with his 2 fouls. As Riffle gets a break. But Hoyle, empty trip for him. So Belden back the other way. Directing where he wanted to screen. Works it left. Belden working against Landon Patrick, trying to cross it over. Working again. Nice route by Patrick to stay with it. Stoltz lost it out of bounds, and Triton takes over off the turnover. Isaac Quintana checking in. Of course, warm-ups the other day versus
Who?
Isaac. During warm-ups. During warm-ups. I believe that's what Abby told me. She might text me and tell me she told me wrong. I don't know. There's a lot going on.
Not going to lie, I thought you said Patrick. I was like, that's impressive.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Isaac
great back
Quintana.
door.
Banks open for Brady Wood. Stoltz through traffic. Foul's going to be on the floor with the official with the call from the baseline.
So Workman's going to pick up his second, team's second.
So Overmeyer going to check in for Landon Patrick. So, well, that's what your table was for underneath there,
Yep.
Ryan.
I see that. I'm still not sure what it's for.
Yeah.
Student section. They're just letting everybody know what they're there for. Another foul call on Triton. If that's on Brady Wood, that's 3.
It
It
is.
is.
I think Jason Groves is going to let him continue to play.
Yep. Why not?
He can go deep into his bench. He's got plenty of players.
Yep. Belden goes out to Austin, back to Belden. Feeds it to Stoltz, Workman underneath. Stoltz lost it. Quintana with the basketball goes to Swanson. Swanson rolls, stops, goes to Brady Wood, top of the key. Feeds it to Workman underneath. Quintana elevates, goes up and gets denied from the rim. And a foul call on Argos from the down official on the baseline.
So Millette's going to pick up his first, Argos' second.
So Isaac Quintana to the line. This will be his second trip this season to the free throw line. I had to check. I had to check. I thought before I said, I was like, let me double check that.
So just 1 of 2 on that trip.
So Belden now working against Brady Wood. Hop step, pull up, jumper. Good move, just can't get it to drop in. And Dante Workman pushes the tempo the other way. Stops and goes. Dante Workman weaves his way through and connects for 2 more. And a 30-second timeout for the Dragons. They will have 2 timeouts remaining, 2 full timeouts remaining. Of course, we said tomorrow morning, be up here bright and early for the JV contest against Glenn tomorrow morning.
10:30. You guys what
10:30.
I pulled up.
McDonald's breakfast? Question mark? Do you like McDonald's breakfast?
No.
No?
Go to
You know,
Rent.
you
Go to
know-
Rent
Town. Trying to behave here. I got. There's a certain spot on the scale I'm trying to hit down to, and I'm trying.
My boss doesn't care about my diet. Going to work
Mine doesn't
yesterday,
either, but
and I had cinnamon rolls that I was going to make for the entire team, and he comes in with McDonald's. Sausage McMuffin. You know I had to have at least one.
I gotta. I think that's been the toughest thing for me being a service tech.
Hey, what was your timeouts? Because
Oh, it
my
is
scoreboard got
3. Only 3 used for the Dragons.
Yep.
We have not used one.
Yeah, they have 2 fulls.
They have 2 full remaining.
I thought my scoreboard got reset, so my
Gotcha.
timeouts got changed.
Ooh.
Hold on, hop steps, because he didn't get rid of him after that hop step. I mean, that was kind of that's why the official called it. I'm going to guess.
Trojans have a whole
different group.
5.
Isaiah Vaca out there now. Be interesting to see how he orchestrates this offense. Quintana's pass just a little too far in front of Caden Large, and they'll turn it over.
Just got to play defense.
Triton right now with their biggest lead of the ball game currently. Out of Austin. Goes to Helms. He'll dial a deep 3. Can't connect. Caden Large with the rebound.
Argos have still not been able to lift the lid from deep.
0-7.
Overmeyer with the runner. Blocked from behind by Helms. And he gets the loose ball up the floor to Belden.
There you go. Push the ball up.
Out to Austin. Down into Stoltz. Quintana rips it away from it. That was a good play. Got a hand on the ball. Overmeyer back to Vaca. Now goes to Brady Wood. Straight away 3. Brady buckets good from beyond the arc. Belden now with it. Works it right. Austin drives the baseline. Tosses over his shoulder to Stoltz. Goes to work. Hands it off. Belden for a 3. Just a tad too strong. And it goes into where the LaVille players wait patiently for their game. Next they'll play Bremen, a rematch from I believe a week ago.
Fairly close.
It was right after our game. So Trump will check in, as will Obadiah's salary for the Dragons. Vaca goes to Caden Large.
Patience down there
Underneath.
by Large.
Quintana banks open. Salary with it now. Well, that uses the screen set by Stoltz. Ripped away from by Caden Large. Floor, he goes. Leaves it for Quintana again. Underneath. Landon Proctor trying to direct his team from the bench. Vaca for 3. Can't connect. Tipped by Wood. Salary trying to swipe at it. It's a fight for the basketball. And Brady Wood underneath it. And Joel Trump comes away with the basketball.
Gotta love the intensity from both teams diving on the floor.
Helms now here on the left side. So Trump on the left wing. Ripped away. Jaden Overmeyer with the steal. He takes up. Up and in. And with that, Triton will have a running clock the rest of the way out. Deep 3 for Helms. Hits the bottom of the backboard. And we'll head into the fourth quarter where Triton leads 54-19. We'll take a break. Be back here for the fourth quarter right after this.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Vaca, McFarland, Quintana, Overmeyer, and Wayne Reichert, the 5 to start there for Triton here as they get ready to get this fourth quarter underway. Of course, there will be a running clock as Triton got the 35th point on their Jaden Overmeyer lay-in. Belden, Helms, Calhoun, Austin, and Stoltz, the 5 out there for the Dragons. Of course, tomorrow for Wayne Reichert, his birthday is tomorrow.
Yep.
I was told to say happy birthday from Mom. Let me know pregame. So happy birthday to him tomorrow.
We could call him, say happy birthday again tomorrow.
Up high to Stoltz. We'll say it the day of. Stoltz up. Banks open.
Stoltz showing off that athleticism, going up and getting that.
Out of Vaca.
They're in man. Yep.
McFarland here swings it down into Quintana. Backdoor. Ben McFarland puts on the brakes. Jason Gross pleading for a call. They'll work it around. Austin with the jab step now on top to Helms. Uses the screen set by Stoltz. Steps into a three from the left wing. Can't connect. Quintana and Stoltz battle for the rebound, and Stoltz goes right in.
See, I'm surprised they can have that table
Yeah,
there.
I'd say the table.
That's almost like
Oh, they got a drink. It's all over now.
It's almost a risk.
Yep.
Yep.
They're going to have a little cleanup.
Yep.
At least take it, like
Clean up
take it
on-
up and put it up on.
Clean up on aisle 1.
And that's why I make our kids have lids.
Yep.
Not just the lid with a straw, the lids that are leak-proof.
Well, we have doesn't Triton have a rule on that? I don't think
Well-
you're allowed to bring any outside drink.
Going back, I believe it was Silas last year at Culver where he dumped his popcorn all over the floor.
Popcorn's easier to clean up.
No, but still, I was not happy that the food went down on the floor. Well, the students learned quickly.
So who's the usually got to have that sponsored by the little mop. Is it sponsored by anybody?
I can't see in time. Thank you to the
I think it might just say LaVille or something on it.
It's got a basketball on it. Presented by Indiana Basketball.
Calhoun hands it off. Holmes goes back to Calhoun. Now to Belden. Works it to Stoltz. Trying to back down
Defense
Quinton.
right there by Quintana.
And Isaac so strong. This is good defense, but even better offense by Luke Stoltz.
Leading all scorers with 16.
And he'll kick it out of bounds.
Like to say that Argos plays some soccer.
You'd think.
Very dominant in soccer. Eh?
Very dominant in soccer. So Riffle will check in. Vaca gets a break. Riker now with the basketball, drives, puts on the brakes. Out to Overmeyer, finds him. To McFarland, now to Riffle on the left side. Works away from the screen. Now he'll drive, goes up, and he'll draw a foul.
That's on Stoltz. And it is.
Fourth.
That'll be his 4th. Riffle going to line first time this evening.
He'll settle in. Riffle, a 71% free throw shooter on the season coming into that last free throw. Tickles the twine on the second. Belden up the floor, hands it off to Helms. Calhoun down to Helms, pull-up jumper from the baseline. Good look.
Shot.
Smooth looking offensive play there.
Not an easy shot. That looked effortless.
Riffle now directing. Goes to Reichert. Farland curls through. Overmeyer with it. Now he'll drive, puts on the brakes. Leads it to Quintana. He'll set the screen. Now to Reichert. Now he goes to Riffle, using some clock, letting the offense try to get moving. Reichert now settles in. Now goes to Quintana underneath. Quintana feeds it to Overmeyer on the other side. He goes up and puts it in. Got position on Belden. Stoltz wanting to go over and defend that, but trying to stay away from that fifth foul here.
Smart.
Now he'll spin, goes up tall with it. Can't get it to drop in the basket.
Ooh.
Knocks it away. McFarland there to get the loose ball. Riffle. Works McFarland on top to Reichert. Reichert splits the defender's left hand. Wayne Reichert, the missile, strikes for 2.
So Calhoun's going to pick up his first, team's second.
So Brady Wood checks in on behalf of Jaden Overmeyer. Vaca and Caden Large quickly going to check in.
They're all going to be out there. Trojans only need 3 more players to score, and then everyone will have scored.
They have not done that as a varsity group this season.
No, the JV has.
That's pretty common.
Just a few times.
Oh, wait, maybe they have done it. No, they did.
Varsity, I don't.
I'd have to look. I can't remember if they all did the last game or not.
I don't think Vaca got.
No, he didn't. Oh, I thought he hit free throws. I'll have to look. Stoltz now at the floor. Hands up to Belden. Steps, goes to Calhoun. Helms now works it to Belden. Trying that man defense. Stoltz working, tries to set a screen. Wood jump through. Austin puts on the brakes. He has Stoltz. High pass to Calhoun. Belden settling in now to Stoltz. He'll drive the baseline, leans up into that one, and draws the foul.
I think Large didn't quite get there in time to get set. So Large going to pick up his first. Trojans first for this 4th quarter.
Now, while we're doing that, I'm going to look. Because now Q has sparked my interest.
I know we came close.
No. Everybody but Ben and Landon last game. So they have not done that this year.
We've come close. I think that we had one game where we only needed 1 player to score.
Yeah, that was the first game. That was Colton. Colton Large was supposed to score. Or Vaca didn't score that game. That's where Kenny was at. That's right. Those games kind of meshed together since they were played back-to-back in just a few days. Vaca in the corner. On top to Quintana. Goes to Wood in the corner. The freshman spinning away from the baseline. Goes to Quintana. They'll settle in. Wood now, the dribble drive. Pull-up jumper from the mid-range. Brady buckets with a pretty move. That goes to Austin.
Oh, Colton's actually.
Pull-up jumper from Helms.
That's
a dagger. And what a look. And Helms, the guy, their best three-point shooter.
He's got a pretty looking shot. You get a timeout.
So they're going to take a full timeout. They only have 1 timeout remaining for the Dragons.
He's not on the bench.
No,
So
yeah, well, yes, true. I guess I did not put. I just left the rosters the same. I mean,
No, you're fine.
I have this kind of
we have
precise, so I can
2.
go quick.
We have 2. Hey, you got a system that works. Don't change it.
Oh no, my system home is pretty sophisticated. I'm all set. So you got to think about it. You get done with the game. It's late. You got a game the next night. You got to have that stuff ready to go because I am not staying up till 2 a.m. Hi, buddy.
He's
Hi.
still trying to wake up.
You still think about it, Dad? I'm not sure about this.
Hey. He's like, how? Where am I? I thought this was just a dream.
So the big question is his basketball hoop already put up at home?
Yes.
I knew it.
I've been playing with it. I give him the ball and he just looks at it, and so I just sit there. I'm the one that shoots.
So how about that for Q and for Arla for their Christmas present?
Yeah.
Yep. He's got one that his grandma and grandpa gave him.
Oh.
That one's for the tub. Yours isn't in the bathroom. Yours is like in our living room. We have like 2 couches. It's against the wall.
Well, he's watching March Madness. He can keep practicing. Tipped by Trump, goes out of bounds.
Can't wait for March Madness.
Now Overmeyer checks in. I'm not so sure I'm so excited anymore.
No.
Hey, I'm not a delusional fan. I already know we're going to get knocked down in the second round, so it's okay.
I'm not sure we're going to get there.
Oh, we got to get there. We got to even make the Big Ten tournament.
I don't even know if we will.
Keep getting blown up by 30-some points. It ain't going to work out well.
It's okay. We lost to OSU.
McFarland goes up. Can't connect. Trump with the rebound. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute because I saw something I was just going to ask you about tonight. Salary on the outside goes to Trump. Helms now. Goes to Millette. The salary underneath. Lost traction. Just lost that dribble, kind of.
Yep, trying to go for the basket, but
Tussled around there.
You know, we've talked about it a lot. You know, if you're the team that's being blown out, how are you going to end the game? Are you going to end it with your head, down, or are you just going to, whatever, we're not going to execute? Are you going to, focus, execute, run the plays? Coach wants Vaca for 3 in the corner. Can't connect.
Helms back the other way. Minute 35 to go in regulation. Ben McFarland trying to knock it away to Overmeyer. Triton's got numbers. Overmeyer, the other way up and can't finish at the basket. Vaca with the rebound. Looking for McFarland, top of the key. Oh, no, he'll go to Reichert. Got excited. Overmeyer waits. Looks for Reichert. Now to Overmeyer with the up fake. Vaca slowing it down. Final minute of the ball game. Goes to Reichert. Vaca with the runner. What a play, Isaiah Vaca.
he's going to get his 3 points one way or another.
Hey.
He's a pretty runner.
Maybe known for that three-point shooting ability, but boy, I tell you, this kid has really developed into a very special basketball player.
It's fun watching him when he gets out on the court.
And he gets those 3 points the old-fashioned way for Isaiah Vaca.
All on Ben now. Great drive.
Fouls before the shot.
Isaiah probably retch in.
I don't know if Ben's going to have time. Of course, Ben is the Triton nominee for the W.B. Hawkins Award, which will be announced tomorrow night. Caden Large for the Trojans won last year, correct?
Yes.
Sauer goes out to Helms, pull up 3. Can't connect. Riker with the rebound, goes to McFarland, takes a look, and Jason Gross says, nope, put on the brakes. Call off the Dogs. And Triton going to pick up their 11th win of the year as they will meet the winner of LaVille and Bremen tomorrow night for the Everwise Bi-County Championship. And they're just going to let it run out. Vaca takes a look. Dribbles his way on over to the official, hands it off, and Triton will pick up the win. 5th time of the year the Trojans put up over 60 points in a game. Team averaging 53 points a game. Big game for them. Like I said, they will play the winner of Bremen and LaVille tomorrow night.
Oh, he's spinning up. He's spinning up. Hi.
Nope.
Yep.
There you go, Kenny. Take her away.
Yep. So team sets there. Triton got to line 15 times, got it 10 of theirs to drop. Argos a little bit more efficient, 8 of 10. 2-pointers, Triton 17 to 27. Argos 9 to 22. Behind the arc, Triton 7 to 21. Argos finally got one of their 12 attempts to drop. And then the turnovers there 5 to 20. For individual stats there, Stoltz led Argos with 17, Hullums with 9, and Austin with 3. For the Trojans, Workman and Swanson each with 11, Riffle with 10, Wood with 7, Overmeyer with 6, Whithoyo and Patrick each with 4, Quintana and Vaca each with 3, and Large and Reichert each with 2.
So that's going to do it here from Dale Ecox Gymnasium. Tomorrow morning we'll be back for the
10:30
tip-off for the JV tip-off against Glenn tomorrow on the Constellation Gym. And after that, tomorrow night, we will be here to cover the Bi-County Championship as Triton awaits.
One of the first times we get to actually stay for the very night game for the.
I have we since I don't think we have since I've been calling games for us.
No, we've stayed for the girls.
We stayed for the girls,
and that was the week we spent the whole week up here.
Yes, that's right.
It was like we didn't stay for the night game.
Glenn won 2 years in a row, I believe.
3 years in a row.
Was it 3?
Yeah, it was 3.
Yep.
It was 3 because they won last.
They won last year?
Yep.
Last year was a blur to me. It was.
So we're going to hang it up here until tomorrow night. Until next time. Oh, there's Arlo. He's on the camera. Hey, you got to get your photo op, kid.
Yep, there we go.
Hey, you got to get your photo op there. You're on TV. Can you wave?
Say hi.
Can you wave?
Say hi.
Can you wave there?
Say hi to everybody.
My
up
future,
there, bub.
my future replacement.
Right
You're going to
there.
replace me, right? Yeah. You think so?
You gonna do it?
You're going to do it? He's like, why is
I'm looking at
everybody
Kenny.
looking at me?
I'm gonna do the stats.
You're going to do the stats?